Hey guys, welcome back. I know I promised last week that I would do the YSL EDT, the 2017 versus the 2022, and give you a quick review of the 2022. I called in work and I've been working ever since. So, COVID. I don't want to get political, but come on, guys. Stay home if you're not sick. Or stay home if you're sick. Seriously. I mean, that bullshit, I can't, stay home if you're sick. Especially if you got COVID. And most people know if they got COVID now, you can get rapid tests for free. Anyway, not getting political. Just getting tired of constantly working. Burnout. Nobody seems to talk about that aspect of it, though. So, what if a business has to close for 2 weeks? And what if they can't run for weeks at a time because 80% of their employees are either out of work sick or overworked? Anyway, rant over. Let's talk about these two now. Which, I mean, it kind of helped because I got another week of wearing them both, and I did. Mostly the new one because I already was pretty familiar with the old one. Give you a quick review of the new one, 2022. I'll give you the notes. I stopped doing that for a while, but I'll give you notes because I want to compare the notes to the old one. So, off the top, we were aldehydes, bergamot, ginger. Mid, you have lavender, geranium, and clary sage. The base, you have olibanum, vanilla, cedar, and ambergris. Everything I've ever said and everything anybody else has ever said about the EDT, you can pretty much say about this one, this new EDT. It's I got it on this hand, the other one on this hand. Jeez, they're so close. It's a relatively, I hate to use the word term generic, but that's the best, but that's not in a negative indication or anything. That's just, it's a generic type blue scent. It's mass appealing. It's aromatic. It's fresh. It's sweet. All those things. A touch aquatic, even. Not very aquatic scent, but it's just a touch, a bit of a aqueous feel to it. I mean, it's just really all I get. I mean, the initial blast, I don't pick up a whole lot. I mean, there are aldehydes in it, but I get mostly from the top. What top's over here? No, top's here. Dry down's here. From the top, it's just a nice blend of all of those notes almost. Like, you get the bergamot, you get the ginger, there's some lavender coming out, there's definitely some clary sage coming out. Almost has a sweet apple vibe to it, if I can say that. Not apple, but it's just a sweet. It's the closest thing I can compare it to, a sweet kind of fruit, an apple. That lasts for a couple hours. That pretty much lasts the whole length of the scent, really. But the lavender and the geranium in the mid, the lavender especially, really takes over. Gives a bit of a floral, powdery vibe in the mid. But along with that, you're still picking up that sweet top. Again, somewhat aqueous. Very fuzzy scent, if I guess would be the word I'm trying to use. By that, when I say that, I mean there's not really any notes you can really just pick right out. It's kind of well blended, fuzzy, mixed together. Geez, I got some sun today. Look at this. Yeah. So, I mean, and then the base comes, and it's basically a nice, soft, sweet vanilla, modern wood type, woody amberwood. I mean, it's pretty much exactly the same as the EDT from 2017. I mean, yeah, in the mid and the dry down, or in the mid, in the opening, they're pretty identical. I mean, the notes from 2017 are aldehydes, ginger, bergamot, mint, and lemon. From 2022, it's aldehydes, bergamot, and ginger. So, minus the mint and lemon. But I don't pick up a lot of mint and lemon in the original one anyway. So, you know, the mid notes for the original 2017 are apple, violet leaf, sage, pineapple, geranium. Here you get the lavender and the sage, or you get this geranium and the sage plus lavender. I'm also going to say there's apple in this one too, because it's giving me, like I said, that apple vibe, both of them right off the top. What does happen different in the mid with these two is the mid is the most different aspect of the two, I find. The mid in the new one becomes less about the apple and the pineapple and the sage and that little hint of violet leaf. You get giving it a bit of a more of an aromatic feel, whereas in the new one it's more of a powdery floral feel with the lavender. And the base is pretty much the notes in the base for the original are ambergris, musk, cedar, vetiver, balsam fir, and incense. In the new one, it's olibanum, vanilla, cedar, and ambergris. So that even those you get a few same notes. They tend to, when it dries down, it's almost indistinguishable from each other when they hit the dry down. Especially the far dry down, they're almost like, they are identical. So as far as it being completely different and a new scent, I'm going to have to say no. It's got its differences, but they're so minute that you'd have to be not only a cologne freak like me and you, but a YSL freak to really tell the difference. In the air, I don't think anybody would be able to tell the difference. Somebody walked by, you wouldn't be able to tell if it's YSL 2017 or YSL 2022. I don't think anybody would notice. Again, unless you're a real big, just fucking all you've ever worn for the last few years is why. You're just a big YSL guy. So the differences are there. And the main difference is, personally, how I'll break it down is pretty simple, actually. The original is louder, more aldehydic, a little bit sweeter with the apple in the opening, not much. And it's louder, it projects more. It hits you with, it projects a little farther, not a whole lot either. They're pretty damn close in this too, but projects a little louder, a little longer. Whereas 2022, it's a little smoother, less aldehydic, I guess. Not quite as sweet, but still sweet. That berry sweetness. But I find what happens when the mid comes in with that sweetness is the original is still a little sweeter because of the notes of apple and pineapple. Whereas the mid in this one, like I said, becomes a little more like a sweet, powdery floral vibe thanks to the lavender. Yeah, but that's the biggest. This one's louder, more aldehydic, whereas this one is smoother. Which one do I like better? Again, this is a personal choice. I kind of like the new one better. I find sometimes this is a little too loud with them aldehydes. Not as bad as a lot of other scents with aldehydes, but still aldehydes tend to give me a headache. I think I've mentioned it before. This one will do it if I wear too much of it, but not to the extent of some other ones, like Polo Sport. Oh, Jesus, that thing was nothing but aldehydes. Yeah, I mean, I can't give you any compliment factor. Both through the roof. They're pretty much, like I said, the same. People love it. Girls, men, everybody loves it. Or most people love it. Not everybody likes everything, but most people love it. It's definitely a compliment getter. When to wear it. Might be a little heavy for the summer, believe it or not, both of them, especially with the aldehydes. it's got a bit of a heaviness to them. Not a lot, but it's not like a fucking winter date night scent or anything like that, or anything. They've got a little bit of heaviness. It's more for spring and summer, early summer, and fall, I guess, would be if you have to. I'll wear what I want when I want, but people like it when I give them classifications. So, yeah, that would be it. I wish I had more to say, but it's such a simple, pleasing scent, both of them, that I don't know. I love Y. I like the new Y EDT. I mean, love them both. Most of the Y fragrances are great. Yeah, the floral starting to come out in this one a little more. It gives it a touch of class that this one kind of lacks, if that makes sense. But I mean, if you have this one, should you buy this one? No, I don't think so. I don't think you need to. The differences are so minute that unless you're like, I'm gonna buy this one because I'm an idiot. I'm a freak. I'm a clone freak. So I'm gonna buy it. So unless you want to have all the YSL Y line like I do, just go with this. And the unfortunate thing, or I guess not, I mean, it's unfortunate if you like this better, which is fine, by the way. Just because I like this one a little more doesn't mean this one is. I mean, when I say I like this one more, it's by a hair. Like, I just like the little bit of classier floral vibe I get from it over this one. But they're still very close, very close. Like if I had to put a like 99%, pretty much, there's so minute the differences, but they are noticeable if you wear them side by side. Like I said, if like, I can smell the differences, but it's very, very small. So what I'm saying is, if you have this one, should you rush out and buy this one? Nah, you don't have to. It'll do the same thing. Smells pretty much the same way. Same as this. If you have this one and you want to get the original just to compare it, don't bother. Get a sample. You're just going to waste your money. Going to be hard to get this one, I guess, because it's discontinued now. At least that's what I'm hearing. And why wouldn't it be? I mean, they've replaced it. They didn't change it or bring out a flanker. They replaced it. It was like, I wish companies wouldn't do that, but I guess these original EDT bottles, from what I'm hearing, they're discontinued, and they're starting to fetch a pretty penny on the auction sites, you know. So if you can find a bottle, I'd even say for retail, and you want it, pick it up. I don't think it's going to happen anymore. Sorry, guys. So that's it, guys. A couple fun videos I'm in the mix of doing. They're not going to be reviews or anything. I wrote them down here. Hold on. I want to do a few of my guilty pleasures, scents that most people don't like that I do. And I bought a few more Playboy scents because I found them on the real cheap, like $4. So I want to do, and I noticed that they're kind of like a clone house, really, if you think about it. And I wanted to talk about them being a clone house and give a quick review of some of the stuffs I have. So that'll be the next couple videos, guys. So stick with me. I'm doing my best, but COVID got fucking making me work like a son of a bitch. All right, guys. Peace, love, be good to each other.